Hello, my viewers. Welcome once again to Hugar Social Academy. I'm your mentor, Srikant Hugar. We are on a very interesting topic called freedom struggle. We have learned many things from this chapter, freedom struggle of class 10 standard from the history. We have learned how the INC began, who was its founder, how the Jallianwala Bagh incident took place, how the Khilafat movement became the part of the freedom struggle, how the non-cooperation movement began, what incident took place in the Uttar Pradesh, how it was withdrawal or why it was withdrawal, how the Swaraj party came into existence, how Bal Gangadhar Tilak as well as Lala Lajpat Rai played an important role in the freedom struggle, the role of Simon Commission, the three round table conferences, the civil disobedience movement, the revolts like farmer revolt, labor revolt, tribal revolt. Moreover, we even learnt about the contribution of a great leader, Subhash Chandra Bose, as well as Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. Till now, these all topics we have discussed in our chapter called as Freedom Struggle. Today, for you, I have brought one more, a very interesting topic from the same chapter, Freedom Struggle, about the first Prime Minister of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Dear viewers, dear students, the role of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru we see from the period of 1920 onwards. 1920, from the Home Rule Initiation. From the Home Rule Initiation, right? From this, we see the start of the rule of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru or Jawaharlal Nehru. He was very active. He was very active, and his activeness towards the freedom struggle we see when in the Lahore Convention of 1929, which one? Lahore Convention of 1929, when it was declared Purn Swaraj. What was declared? Purn Swaraj. Complete independence was observed under him throughout the number of areas wherever the British have its rule. So his active participation we see. It is soon after the when Simon Commission, right, moves back from there on. From there, we see that throughout India, Poon Swaraj was being what? It was observed as we were in a demand of which one? Demand of the dominant status. The demand of the dominant status. In the early days, if we talk, we see that Jawaharlal Nehru as well as the Subhash Chandra Bose, who laid down the party called as Socialist Party, where we have seen that Jawaharlal Nehru was being influenced by the communist ideology. And even in earlier days, even we have saw that communist ideology had its influence in the INC also, Indian National Congress. But later period, when Jawaharlal Nehru comes in a contact with the Gandhiji, comes in a contact with the Gandhiji, he showed his soft approach. He showed his soft approach, and on the path of Gandhiji, he followed on the democracy line. He followed on which one? On the democracy line. And even he was being chosen as the president of the INC also. President of the INC. From that day onwards, we have seen that he totally separates himself from the ideology of the Subhash Chandra Bose and supports to the ideology of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi, we know very well that he is nothing but he is a follower of non-violence, which paved what it is that from the period of 1929 to up to the period of the partition of India, Jawaharlal Nehru's active participation we see in the freedom struggle. That's why even before the independence also and even after the independence also there is a role of whom? Role of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. He argued that Charaka he argued that Charaka and Harijan movements. He argues, right? Charaka and Harijan movements are not too effective. Charaka and Harijan movements are not too effective. Why it was there? It was because of the communist ideology. It was there. But now the ideology is quite very, it is being changed. Now he declares in the 15th convention, who Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru declares in the 15th convention that I complete support to democracy. I complete support or today Congress supports, right? Today I complete or today Congress complete support to the which one? To the word called as a democracy. And it will fight for the which one? For the democracy. This shows what it is that he is having a very soft approach. He is having a very soft approach towards the way towards the democracy instead of moving towards the way towards the communist ideology. Right? So path has been changed now. Path has been changed where Jawaharlal Nehru is standing behind whom? Behind the Gandhiji in the freedom struggle. He is a major key role or roller in the non-cooperation movement, which began from the period of 1920 onwards. Key role in the non-cooperation movement. Moreover, key role in the civil disobedience movement, key role in the Quit India movement, and even in the way in the partition of India also. Now, after independence, after 1947, right, he was been chosen as a first Prime Minister of India. Who? Jawaharlal Nehru. Chosen as a first Prime Minister of India after the British handed over the country in the hands of Indians, and it was been chosen by the number of political leaders as a leader, and he became the first Prime Minister of which one? Of India. Soon as he became the Prime Minister of India, under his belt, there are lot of achievements are there, right? There are lot of achievements are been there as a Prime Minister of India, because India, when British left India, they gave us in all sort of areas empty box, empties. Now this empty, if it has to be fulfilled, it was not an easy task. It took a lot of time. One side, there was a problem of refugees, of their settlements. Another side, there was a clashes in the name of the religion. Another side, there was the problem related to the top of the cottage and small scale industries. Another side, there was a problem of unemployment, and moreover it was a problem related to during the time of the independence. Just 2 years back, the world war was finished, the second world war, and during that time also we were under the hands of whom? Under the hands of the British, which we learnt in the Quit India movement, where the British tried to draw us in the way in the Second World War, but our political leaders they refused to be the part of the Second World War, and we remain outside of the World War. We didn't join to the two blocks which were there in the World War, First World War as well as the Second World War, in the name of Allied power, in the name of Axis power. So when Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru become right as a Prime Minister of India, okay, he concentrated towards the development of the industries. So he is been referred as a pioneer of industrialization. Pioneer of what? Industrialization. Who? Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. For the more proper development in the growth of the economy, 5-year plan was adopted. 5-year plan was adopted from Russia for the proper boost of the economy of the country called as India. What was been done? Progress was been given towards the industries. Okay, our cottage and small scale industry. So he is being called as a pioneer of industrialization with help of fire plan, which he adopted from the Russia, helped in the boost of the economy. We completely disagreed with the opinions or we rejected India under the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru rejected the policies, okay, policy like imperialism, and exponist, exponist policies, imperialism as well as the expansionist policies. We totally disagreed. Now, moreover, with the simultaneously with this, right? India in the sense what? Under the leadership of the Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, imperialism policy and expansionist policy was being rejected. India chosen the policy called as non-alignment policy, right? We remained outside of the two powerful blocks, one which was led by USA, one which was led by Russia, democracy, communist. Nor we become the part of the communist, nor we become the part of the democracy, right? We remained outside non-alignment policy. Further, we see that growth of industrialization, 5-year plan, imperialism and expansionist policy was rejected. Non-alignment policy was also followed, where we didn't become the part of the which one part of the Russia nor of the United States of America. Moreover, we see that India, okay, India worked for the development of the peace throughout the way, throughout the area. And for that, what was required? What was requirement of the unity. And this was done with the help of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who was responsible for the unification of India. Unification of which one? Of India. India, which was scattered. There were 562 princely states were being there, which were being unified under the belt of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Unification. Okay, we during that time of Jawaharlal Nehru, stress was being given towards the mixed economy, towards the mixed economy. Stress was being given. Okay, this mixed economy helped in the way in the development of the region of the nation. Moreover, we have seen under the leadership of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar was been made as a first law minister of India, right? A proper peace was maintained throughout the country with the which one with the law framed in the way in the constitution, from framed in the way in the constitution, right? So in this way, many number of works were being done under the belt of whom? Under the belt of the Jawaharlal Nehru, right? He being as a prime minister, being as a prime minister. He was there up to 1964. So 1964 he died. We lost an eminent personality. So his period from 1920 to 1964 we see as a leader of the country called as India. So Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, his action is even before the independence also and even after the independence also. In this way, Jawaharlal Nehru contributed to the country called as India. So this was all regarding Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and his service towards the nation. By this, we can understand that it was the great leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru, the great leader like Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, the great leader like Subhash Chandra Bose, and like them many other, including Gandhiji, many other Jay Prakash Narayan, like them, played a very very major role in the independence of the country called as India, and we should never forget the sacrifice of the revolutionaries like Chandrasekhar Azad, Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, Rajguru. They also played a very very important role in the freedom struggle. Path with whatever it may be there, but the struggle is really made us to live happy today in this 21st century. So furthermore, I am going to elaborate you related to how the partition of India takes place in the 1947 and how we get out of the clutches of the British in the year 1947 and how we begin our government from the period of 1947 onwards itself. These all things we are going to learn in our next session. So be tuned, right? Exams are near. You can have a good development of your chapters by these videos, right? So be tuned and make others also be the part of the Ugar Social Academy. Let us meet in our next session with the last topic of the Freedom Movement, chapter number 18, about partition of India.